Nigerians may be feeling the pinch as petrol prices rise at several fueling stations. The increase follows a hike in the Dangote Refinery's gantry price to about 874 naira per litre, prompting marketers to adjust pump prices to reflect higher supply costs. Industry sources link the development to surging global crude oil prices, driven by escalating tensions in the Middle East involving Iran, the United States and Israel, which have pushed oil above $80 per barrel. Our correspondents Victor Mbadike and Emmanuel Olubobokun, who have been monitoring the situation, are at fueling stations right now in Lagos, and they join us now with more updates. Gentlemen, you're welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. Emmanuel, let's first talk to you. What's the situation like at the fueling station that you have visited?
I'm currently at fueling station here at Southfield. Currently here, I'll try to speak to some of the people. Like I sent some videos earlier, the queue is not really that much, but speaking to some of the motorists, they said that they are experiencing there's an increase in the flow here because just as at yesterday afternoon to evening, they were still buying fuel at 810 naira to a litre. But currently now, if you look behind me, it's around 959 naira to a litre at this filling station. And so many of them are saying it's due to the conflict between Iran and Israel, because you know that in this kind of conflict, fuel prices can definitely go up. And right here is also a thing. We've also checked some other filling stations, and it's also the same thing around there, above 900 naira to 930 to almost 950 naira to letter. But some places, go close to more than 1,000, but right here it's just 910 naira to a litre. We would have been able to speak to some of the motorists, but they want to remain anonymous. So I just spoke to them normally off camera, and they were able to be out there saying that they pray and they hope that this fight and this war comes to an end so that they can return back to when they're buying the petrol. And though it's not much, but they are still in the front of it, saying that the 100 naira difference is still something that can be going a long way and can still affect their pocket.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Let's turn to Victor now. Victor, I'm wondering if you are on the island or on the mainland and what you have noticed, if there has been any change in prices that might have affected transportation, Victor.
Good afternoon, Mazino. Just like they always say, that what we fear the most might just come upon us. I'm currently at Alausa, to be precise, Mobolaji Anthony Way, in between two very popular fuel stations. Of course, the crisis in the Middle East that involves the U.S., Iran, Israel, and other surrounding countries in the Middle East, a lot of people will, have a feeling that times like this might just come up when we begin to discuss, fuel scarcity and, hiking pump price of fuel. Upon arrival to this particular place, just right behind me, we saw that the fuel price was just still pegged at 837. And then just about some few minutes after, we saw that there was a change. So what we have now is about 932, if my lens can take me that far. So initially it was 837, but it's now 932. All right, so just by my left-hand side to the other side, there is another popular fuel station. When we got there again, we saw it that it was pegged at 832. But before we could see Jack Robinson, we saw that there was an adjustment by officials of this particular fuel station and pegging it at 935. We do not understand why, as none of them would want to speak to us. But of course, we did, speak with some of vehicles, who came to buy fuel and asked them how much they bought it. And some of them were really pissed off. They say, hey, we thought we were going to buy it at 832, 837, but now we are buying it at 935. So for many of us who are still in various offices or various homes and wherever we are, as long as you step into any fuel station, you might be seeing a change of the price of fuel, which of course is not unconnected to the crisis in the Middle East involving the U.S., Iran, and of course Israel. I know a lot of people will also ask, how does the conflict really affect us as a country? But the truth is, fuel in Nigeria comes partly from local refineries, but most refined petrol is imported. So if global crude prices spike, or shipping through places like the Strait of Hormuz, we understand that Iran now, that is if it is true, have shut down the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, if that place is threatened, it means that importing fuel becomes more expensive and slower. And refineries may also run short if crude imports are delayed or too costly, which reduces supply to stations. So, Mazino, I'm afraid like I said as I begin my conversation, that what we fear might just come upon us. If it continues this way, We also understand that MRS before now, a few hours ago, have also increased their own pump price to about 9.30 something. So I do hope that the conflict do not escalate to a point where it can no longer be controlled, because Iran is a superpower when it comes to the oil market. And if the Strait of Hormuz, as we understand, has been shut down, I mean, we are almost 20% of oil, shipment passes through. That it means that there's going to be a very huge effect on a global oil market price. And that is what we might just be seeing right now in our local places in Lagos. But at the moment, it's a free for everybody. I mean, there is no queue or of any sort. If nobody has felt that yet, vehicles just, driving, get the fuel and just move on. But I'm afraid in the next couple of days or weeks, depending on this situation, we just might be having headlines like fuel queues in Lagos one more time. Mazino.
Well, Victor, thank you very much. One question, Victor. It took you that long, but it's grand. Thank you very much, Victor. Thank you very much, Emmanuel, for bringing us details from the fueling stations on there.